It's time! Hello, everyone. It is noon somewhere in the world, so don't be picky like that. Don't pick on us. Somewhere it is noon, and it is time for Noon with Nim. And I have a very, very, very special guest here today. It is the lady, the one and only woman who knows all about the undead and what our future holds for us, whether we be dead or undead. Yes, I'm talking about the creative mind behind Path of the Pale Rider. She is the writer extraordinaire, Laurie Calcaterra. How you doing, Laurie?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the show, Nem. My new bestie. Tag. I'm it today.
Yep, we're just tagging each other back and forth. We got campaigns going at the same time, but oh yeah, it's all good. Hey, you know what? If we can't have each other's backs, nobody else is gonna have our backs. So
exactly. So here we are. I'm excited. This is issue number 5. Good Lord.
No, and you just got done with fulfilling a campaign for the trade for 1 through 4.
Yes.
And that went really well from what I saw. So did it go well?
Yeah, it went great.
Cool.
I had a super low goal because the art was complete, right? We finished our individual issues for 1 through 4. And then we went into the trade, and that was the first trade that I've done, and I really had no idea what to expect. So I put our normal goal for individual issues is 4,550. That just makes sure that I can pay all my artists, we can order the merch, we can, print all the things, and that we're not gonna be short. Typically we end well above that. So we are very blessed. I do a lot of work to make sure that everybody knows we're live. So the goal for the trade paperback, I put at 2,000, which was just basically the print charge and some of the cool merch that we did, because I did something special on that one. And we ended up at 300% funded. So we broke 6,000 on that. And I wasn't expecting that.
It was great. And I do say that yesterday, my wife made taquitos for dinner. And I tried my sample packet of hot sauce. Yeah. So good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got the barbecue. It was the barbecue ghost pepper. It's good on tacos. Like, I see people put it on tacos and it's not bad, but fried chicken, pulled pork, and ribs, that's where you want to go with that one. But I got other sauces now too, so I got you.
You got an empire growing over there. So well, congratulations on that. You have got 4 issues under your belt. You're no Carissa Grant yet, but you're
not
on
yet,
your
man.
way.
There's no catching Carissa. No.
I was watching her pod you were on yesterday, and she's on like issue 5,287 or something like that.
Yes,
so,
it's exactly which one she's on.
And she's got like 13 more done that she did while we were on the air right now. We've only been on
her
minutes,
artist finished 2 issues while we were talking yesterday.
So, but we're here to talk about your new campaign, which as of the time we're recording this, we're pre-recording because Laurie is very thoughtful. She wants to get this ahead of time, and she also knows that I've got stuff going on this weekend. So we're pre-recording to release the week of her coming out with Path of the Pale Rider number 5, Cinco. So it is Cinco de Julio. No, it's not Julio yet. It's June. So anyway, never mind me. Nim is all over the place.
Who knows what day it is? Damn it.
Yeah. I'm a little frazzled today. I have had my coffee and I'm still like this. So be very, very afraid over there, Lord. So Path of Pale Rider number 5. Before we get into this Kickstarter, let's do, I know you've been on the show before, but let's do a quick introduction. How did you get into Path of the Pale Rider? And can you give us briefly where we are now without spoiling it? Because I'm telling you right now, if you haven't read 1 through 4, I got mine. I read it. I love it. you need to pick it up, find a way to get it. So can you give us a little bit before that? And then we're going to dive right into this Kickstarter. So,
Yes. So I'm going to make a long story really short, and you'll probably have questions about it as we go along. But okay, I started doing martial arts in 1997, and I started in Filipino and Indonesian martial arts.
cool.
Fast forward to 2017, I have been doing martial arts all this time, and I have built, I'm part of that community as well. So I know quite a few people, and had launched a fight choreography team. So there was myself and two other individuals, but we had a whole pool of martial artists that were well known and well respected in different arts. So Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, Kung Fu, Wushu, you name it. I knew somebody that did it. And so for the fight choreography, we were working with a production company in Detroit called Coattail Collective. And so I had written a short film that had no plot. It was basically 7 minutes of kicking ass and taking names and wall runs and stairwells and gun disarms, knife fights, and running people over with cars. Okay. And then the production company was like, we like you. We like your style. What else can you write? And that's where I got bit. Okay. I had never thought I would be into writing or creative storytelling. None of that. Definitely not comic books. I was reading comics in my 20s, but I wasn't really collecting as a child. None of the Marvel DC. It was more like Who Watches the Watchmen, Walking Dead, and then Image. So like Saga and Invincible. And like, you know what I mean? That was more
Sure.
when I got into comics. And was writing short form action. So I've written another series called The Agency, which I wrote 12 issues or episodes of that. And we filmed the pilot. It was, well on its way. And then my family moved to Texas. So that all got stopped. The production company was still in Detroit. There wasn't a way for us to continue. The agency just got shelved, which is what happens a lot with any kind of production. It's normal. In between the agency, I had come up with this idea for Path of the Pale Rider. What happens if death is broken for everybody? Everything, anything that breathes is now the process is broken. But we're not zombies. We're not trying to eat people. It's like your body dies, but your consciousness, your energy, your soul, it does not leave. You're stuck in it. So your body's decaying, you're in it, but your brain is decaying. So what would that look like? Forgetfulness, violence, chaos, vegetative. It would hit everybody differently. It's like dementia, right?
Yeah.
It hits people differently. So my undead sundown, my undead are forgetful. My undead progressively get worse. And
But it,
nobody escapes this. People, animals, insects. What do we eat?
yeah. Yeah. That was the part that really got me when I first interviewed about this. You were telling me about, is it just people and animals? We're
Yeah.
talking the insects. I think you've even hinted that like nothing dies.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing is dying. And my
Well,
daughters,
it dies. The
yeah,
corporal form dies and they rot, but they
yeah,
don't get there's no
yeah,
release. There's no moving on. So we're
yeah,
all stuck. And then Dana was like, "Are you gonna eat that hamburger if it's still moving them?"
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was telling
Yeah.
my daughters about that after we had interviewed. Daughters are both into horror, and uh, my D&D players call my daughters the evil spawn of Nim, because they have the horrible ideas all the time. And
Yes.
I was telling them about that. They're like, "Oh my god!" I was like, yeah, "Can you imagine your steak is like crawling off the plate and stuff like
Yeah.
that?" So,
I found a GIF where someone's holding a steak, and I think they put some kind of video filter on it, but the steak was going like, and I was like, that's it, man." And people were like, "But ew."
yeah,
So yeah, so that's this world. And we start the story. Issue 1 drops you right into the apocalypse. We're 10 years into the apocalypse. Things have devolved back to the Wild West. And we're with this cowboy named Jude St. Clair. And he's looking for the answer. Why do the dead no longer die? And so issue 1 is very much like just about Jude. It's his decisions. You get to see the nastiness of the world. But we introduce this giant undead bear named Big James. And he has become like our unofficial mascot. Like people love this Big James character. They love him. right?
I have a big James shirt, so I will
Yeah.
admit it right now. So
I mean, we are Big James everything at this point,
yeah.
right? But Big James is kind of the embodiment of the world, how small decisions have major consequences. And Jude messes up. He's sleep deprived. He makes a decision to pick up this glass that he finds on this dilapidated road. Him and his horse are trying to sneak over this bear. She trips and out goes this glass and the bear's awake. So major consequences from something so simple as picking up a glass.
Yeah.
But that's how this world is. And so I wanted to punch people in the face with it with issue number 1. Issue 2, Jude's looking for a guy. He finds the guy. It turns out he's not who he thought he was looking for. This guy claims to know how the apocalypse started, but you never really get to know what this guy knows because I drop you into a flashback. So then issues 3 and 4, we're in the beginning. So we drop you back on day 1. Jude St. Clair is a young man. He's an EMT. So he's kind of on the front lines of watching, someone pass and then immediately come back. But there again, it's that cool zombie moment where they cover the body with the sheet and then you see it sit up and you're like, oh no. But then the guy's like, hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like he's just talking to him like, I don't know. I'm still here.
So we're going to get into the campaign in just a minute, but I do have to ask.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever asked you this before. Where did the genesis for this idea come from? Because I know what it reminds me of, but it doesn't matter what it reminds me of because where did you get it from?
There's a lot of different, I mean, I you know me, I watch horror, I watch zombies. I've always been a fan of zombies. I'm a big Walking Dead comic book fan.
Okay. Okay.
I was a fan of the TV series for a long time. We used to watch it every Sunday, before my kids were born, and then it became a lot harder. But I even watched through the end, even though I really wasn't enjoying it. I was a truist and I sat down. I'm like, I'm going to finish it. Right. I also love this other movie called Death Becomes Her.
Oh, yes. With Goldie Hawn and Meryl
Yes.
Streep. So, yeah.
Yes. Now, in that movie, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis.
That's right. That's right.
So funny with these antics. But they drink this serum, which makes them immortal, but their body can die. So they're having a fight. These two women are fighting over Bruce Willis, and like one shoots the other one with a shotgun. She's got a big old hole, but she's still walking around. She's still her. And like if you watch the Meryl Streep scene at the doctor, so she has fallen down the steps and her head has been turned all the way around.
Yeah.
And like the doctor's examining her and he's like, yeah, nope, this it. Nope, you don't got a heartbeat. Throws the stethoscope away, gets a new one. He like takes a sip out of a flask. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't be alive. Like you have no heartbeat. Your temperature's 78 degrees. I don't know. I'm going to go get a second opinion, and like runs out of the room. I almost copied that, you know what I mean, in issue number 3 in the very beginning, where they bring in this car wreck. He's dead, right? But he has this big gaping wound in his belly, but he's wearing a gown, so you can't see it. So other than being pale, there's really no indication that he is dead because he's just sitting there and the doctor's like, you shouldn't be here. And he's like, I don't know. And then, she does the thing with the stethoscope, like, haha, this is really funny, guys. Like, I'm not going to fall for your practical jokes, or like these inaccurate, records are, you must be new, stuff like that. But at the end, when she realizes this dude is dead and he picks up his gown and he's like, hey, this might have something to do with it. His guts come out. And she's like, I'll be back, and just books it. And I was like, that was that moment. So, yeah.
That's great. I haven't thought of that movie forever. I will say, I'm big into video games as well, and this reminds me of the ghouls in Fallout.
Yes.
So, yeah, because their brains rot and eventually they go feral.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And that I can see the correlation with that too. You know what I mean? But that's, that's caused by radiation. And it's like you have to be radiated in order for that to happen. So I was like, okay, we're just going to break death for everybody now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it is that kind of progression where it's like you start out as yourself, and then as your body decomposes, you become chaos. You lose your humanity.
such a cool concept, and you leave all of us wanting to know why, wanting to know more about what's going on and what the
Yeah.
ultimate answer is going to be. So that is a really cool hook
Right.
for everybody. And that is
So
leading
that's
us.
1 through 4. 4
Yep.
ends where Jude is out in the world. Something has happened that has pushed him out of his home, and he is now in the world and experiencing all the horror. Because you think you don't know until you're in it, and then he realizes it's a lot worse than what he thought. And now, Nem, I wrote this as a full-length movie. It's a movie. It's
Okay.
a script. It's a movie script, right?
Cool.
And so, if you know anything about how we format movies, there's an act 1, an act 2, and an act 3. So act 1 is get to know the characters, world building, understanding the rules, right?
Uh-huh.
Act 2 is find the purpose, guys on a purpose, everything goes wrong.
And
That's
all
where
right,
we're
so
going.
we are starting Act 2 then.
Starting act
with
2,
this.
issue number 5.
Awesome.
Woo!
Look at that. So yes. Now, for everybody, like I said, we are pre-recording this. By the time you see this, this will already have gone live and will be funded. It will
Maybe.
be funded, everybody. So it will be funded. You're
Let's
hearing
see.
me. Yeah.
It would be great. It would be great. Usually it takes us a few days to get funded because the goal is 4,550. But we always get funded. We usually break most of the stretch goals. I don't know. I keep having to put more stretch goals. Like last campaign for the trade, because the goal started at 2 and I did stretch goals every 500. And we broke so many stretch goals. I ran out of stretch goals.
I'm sure we're going to get to those as we go down because,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold off, but I have a question.
Sure.
But when we get there. So this is Path of the Pale Rider, issue number 5. Right now, this is in pre-launch, but by the time this gets going, it will have been launched. Like I said, I will flash this up there again. Go to palerider.com and you get all your information on the whole world, the books, and the campaign is up there, correct, as well?
Yeah, that short link will take you to this campaign. It takes you right now, it takes you to the pre-launch, but when it goes live, that same link will take you to the live campaign. So
Awesome.
very simple. We keep that link every time. So that's all you have to remember is pale-rider.com and it takes you to whatever campaign we're on.
That's a great idea. So I can see that we have a campaign video. I love campaign videos. So
have you seen my campaign videos before, Nem?
I have.
Did you see the one where I got run over by a car?
I did. So
and then I acted with myself.
Yes. I also like the one that Pops plays all the time where you are touching the mirror. I don't know why I like that so much, but I think it's cool.
That was the one for the trade where it's like get sucked into the story. So she got sucked into through the mirror into the world and was like watching the comic book happen. And that one was fun. I tried to keep that one short. The challenge with these videos is that people don't watch them, right? So I aim to entertain with giving information. And so I brought back Ellie Brock.
Cool.
Ellie Brock is the undead reporter. Well, she was in my second short film where she was a live reporter and she was interviewing the fans. She was just interviewing people, asking them, what do you think broke death? And I let the fans say whatever they wanted. It was a lot of fun. And at the very end, she gets run over by a car. So issue number 4, she comes in and she interrupts the video and she's just chaos. She's just, well, in this one, she has decomposed a little bit more and she's ever more chaotic. So
now I have to ask, I saw some images out there and I just saw you post them up there. I guess I didn't look too close, but you had like a bandage on your face and an eye. I was like, what is Laurie up to now? So
in the last welcome video, she's messing with her eye and myself, Laurie, there's Laurie and then there's Ellie in the video and we're talking to each other, right? So in the video, I'm like, please stop touching your eye. It's going to fall out if you keep touching it. She's like, haha, that would be funny, blah. And then later on in the video, her eye pops out, right? And so then she has this big bandage on her head and she's just chaos. And then at the very end, I ask her, I'm like, do you have anything else you want to say? And she screams chicken nuggets. So I've screamed like consequences a few times in that video. So those are the reoccurring jokes. People that watch the Tuesday Morning Brew, I have GIFs made where I scream chicken nuggets and then they'll say it to each other. They yell it at the TV now, which I think is hilarious. So I had a fan that was like, I was watching a football game, and when they, fumbled a pass, I was screaming consequences at the TV, and I was like, yes, like. So keep that in mind. She lost her eye. This is Ellie a little more decomposed. Would you like me to play it?
Yes, please. Let's check out this video.
Here we go.
On. There we go. Hello, I'm Laurie Calcaterra. I am the writer-creator of Path of the Pale Rider. Please excuse if there's any interruptions. We have an undead annoyance here in the studio today. Welcome to issue number 5. I am so excited that we are this far into the story. Things are about to get wild. What do you mean get wild? Things have been wild already. Security. Okay, so if you're new here, Path of the Pale Rider is an all-new Western apocalypse comic series where death is broken. So that means when you die, your soul doesn't leave your body. And that's for people, animals, insects, fish. It means you're still in your body as you decay. Damn it, don't do that. Anyways, so we start issue 1, 10 years into the apocalypse. And we're following this cowboy named Jude St. Clair, who's like the last guy still looking for the answer. And, enter Big James, consequences ensue. Issue 2, we go into Santa Claus. We meet Dwayne Fink, and we're right on the cusp of knowing what he knows when we drop into a flashback. Issues 3 and 4 goes into gory detail about how the apocalypse started, and then, of course, the trauma that comes home, and then Jude St. Clair jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Issue number 5. Oh my gosh. So we pick up where we left off. We're about 9 years into the apocalypse, and Jude St. Clair runs into some familiar faces. He encounters more undead resistance. And then we finally catch up in time. So you get to know what Dwayne Fink knows, And then Jude is off on a new mission. And Santa Claus, well, you're going to have to read that part for yourself. No spoilers. Consequence. Shut up, Ellie. Okay. So what's new to the campaign, you ask? What's new to the campaign? That's it. Rude. Say consequences again. I dare you. Okay, so new things to the campaign. You are all familiar with the catch-up tier, which is the individual issues, playing, like catch-up. But we also have a mustard tier, because why not, which is the trade paperback plus issue number 5. We have a hot sauce sampler. So in addition to Path of the Pale Sauce, we have added 2 new flavors. We have Meet Your Maker Mango Habanero and Heartstoppin' Jalapeno Serrano. You'll be able to back either an individual bottle or the sampler pack with all 3. The secret reward has been updated. It's super cool, but I say that every time, but I'm really excited to make these. Remember, Path of the Pale Rider is a fan interactive experience that covers our riddles, and you can interact with the world just like it's real. All the riddles and short films are on the Kickstarter page. You just have to scroll down far. Thanks in advance for supporting Path of the Pale Rider in the indie comic community. I appreciate you taking a look, and hopefully there's something there for you. Consequences! You know what? You know that doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, well, it makes me feel better.
Good times.
That's awesome. Awesome.
That keeps me having fun.
Great editing there. As always, you're incredibly super talented and creative with your videos that you do and all your merch and everything. That was fantastic.
Thank you. I mean, I thank you for saying that. It takes me 3 days to make a video because I have to write it out. I have to film myself as Ellie. I have to film myself as Laurie, right? In front of a green screen. I have to put all the video together. And then I go back and I add all the words, and I add the animated stuff and the images and the recap I had to listen to my video to see what I was talking about, so it lined up with what I was saying. So it was a video that I had to make to go in the video. So it's a labor of love, though. I have a good time. I always think that, that hopefully someone will watch it and appreciate it.
It was really cool the way you composited the 2 videos together and did all that. So it was that was very, very cool, very creative. What this is a tangential, but what do you use to edit your videos?
I have a Mac and I use Final Cut Pro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm so used to that program. I know there's so many other programs at this point, but like I'm still figuring out that program. It can do so much stuff. I haven't even figured out 50% of what I can do on this program. It's amazing what it can do.
I'm always curious. I do all my own videos as well, and I do them on DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah.
For everybody who wants to do videos out there, DaVinci Resolve gives you everything free. I mean, if you want all of the bells and whistles, you pay for it, but you get a really good program for free on PC and stuff. So I don't think they are on Mac, but
no. Okay.
Cool
well, this one was not free. It was a lot of money when I bought it. So
yeah. I was shocked when somebody first turned me on to that. And like everything else in the indie community, I was like, people needed videos and they're like, you need videos. And at that point, I had never done a video before, and you just pick it up and you learn it. So
yeah. And that's what I really like about doing these videos is I get these crazy ideas and then I have to figure out how to do them. And like maybe I haven't done it. Like when you watch the first Ellie video, there's some issues, but I learned from it so that I knew how to shoot it this time, because a lot of it is how you're shooting it, because you can't fix it in post, how it's layered and how the keyer, like the filters go on to in front of the green screening. And so this one was a lot better. It was a lot cleaner. So again, it's just like I learned from it as I go, and I'm always trying to challenge myself to do something else, because I try to do a funny welcome video. We always have a blooper reel. A lot of times I'm doing videos for the answers to the riddles. Like I have a secret YouTube list where if you solve some of the riddles, it'll take you to hidden videos on my YouTube.
Cool.
I have that. And then I do short films where I'm excited. I'm to the point now where I can just direct, and I usually can find actors for everything. But like trying to film myself, it was so difficult trying to do all the acting, the editing, the filming, and just finding all the time. The lighting was always jacked up. Like it's hard. So now that I like,
who's your bouncer there? So
my bouncer? What do you mean?
Who was escorting Ellie out at that one?
Oh, that was my husband. He's in like all my videos. He has no choice.
So that is Baron Dominic Chabot, but that's another.
There you go.
So,
that's him. Yeah, the poor guy. I'm always like, hey, you shoot this with me today? He's like, what do you need? I'm like, well, today I need you to run me over with the car. Okay. That's just our dinner time conversation.
I'm running my wife over with the car, just normal everyday stuff.
He's shoved me off bar stools. He's dragged me out of things. Yeah, he's a good sport. He's always in my videos, and he takes it all and has fun with it. So poor guy.
What'd you do yesterday if you got home from work? Well, I shoved my wife off a cliff.
Yeah. He's like, today my wife covered herself with blood and I yanked her out of a shot like I was a bear. What we do.
All right. Cool. So Laurie's controlling this, but she scrolled down a little bit.
I'm driving.
Yeah. I mean, look at these covers. So you already went over the different tiers that we have, but once we get to them, we go over there as well. But man, the artwork on this series, not that it was not good before, but it just keeps getting better and better.
Well, we had a change this time.
Mm-hmm.
So it issues one. This is issue 1. This is a GIF, so it'll start to move in a second. But issue 1, 2, 3, and 4, the pencil and inker was Marco DeFeo. He has some things on the horizon that are good, that are coming his way in the next year. So he and I had a discussion about time-wise. And since we're starting issue 5 and we just finished our trade, it's not a point where we could slow down. It was a point where we needed to speed up. So I made the decision that we needed to find a new inker for the interiors. So issues 1 through 4 are amazing. Marco has done an amazing job. And I just want to remind people, we are not leaving on bad terms. Marco DeFio is still going to be involved in Path of the Pale Rider. He's going to do covers.
Very cool.
Issue
And
number 5 is
I
Gilbert
love
Perez.
covers, period. So I like to just collect. If I could just collect
Yeah.
comic book covers, I would.
Yeah.
I was telling you before we went on air, I think I would like to have every cover for issue 5. So, but
And I still got another cover that from Marco that has not been released yet as of this video. So
see, this looks cool. This looks like it should be. I should be buying this in Vegas as a concert T-shirt or something, like going to a country concert or something. So it's very, very cool.
One thing I love about Gilbert, he is so excited to be a part of Path of the Pale Rider. When he and I had first talked, so we had met at Cowtown Comic-Con in Fort Worth last year. And it was a slow point in the con, and he was just walking around, and I kind of gave him the elevator pitch, and he was like, "That's super cool, man." And he bought every single comic that I had. And he was a fan, and he was like, I'd love to do stuff for you. Like, you got variant covers, and we had just launched issue number 4. So I was like, well, it's going to be a while. You know what I mean? Because I had all the covers for 4, and then I knew we were going in the trade paperback, and there's only one cover for that. And I was like, it's going to be a while. But I asked him to do a pinup for the trade paperback. So we had this beautiful Lola pinup is what I called it, where he drew this undead girl. Yeah, her whole waist was gone. You could see her spine. Like, the amount of detail that he puts into an image is just nuts. And he brought that to Path. He was looking for, he's done a lot of like one shots, like one and done issues. He did Waiting, and he's done some stuff for Charter. And I was like, I would like to bring you on as my full-time inker. I got a lot more issues to do, so I'd like you to stay on as long as you can. And he was looking for something with more action, and I'm like, oh, dude, be careful what you wish for. Like, I'm like, you're starting on issue number 5, and that is so action-packed, you're gonna cry. But if you look at this cover, this is basically issues 1 through 4 in a pictorial recap. It's Jude St. Clair as he started on his journey, him in the background in his uniform, his hero form. You know what I mean? It's like, that's his glow up. He has his disc on. There's his horse Prince. We have a poker cards. We've done poker cards as stretch goals, but there's also a poker game in issue number 2, which causes a scene. We have Dwayne Fink over there. We have zombies. We have cities. Where is he going? And then, of course, there's Big James over there ready to eat him. So this is the world of Path of the Pale Rider in one image. And that he was so excited, Nem. This man had all this personal stuff happened. He had some family medical issues, and then he got married. He went on his honeymoon. He came back, and he's like, I'm ready to do the cover. And I'm like, I wasn't even... Are you sure? And he got it done in 3 days. He was like, here's cover.
Wow.
He must have been thinking about it. His whole
I will say, and it looks like a movie poster, this one.
Doesn't it?
It's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it looks like a drawn movie poster. I could see this. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of I was watching a movie poster in Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, I love it.
It's so cool.
So cool.
I love this. So that is one. Is that your main cover for issue number 5? This is
the main cover.
Okay.
So the way that I function is the main cover will always be available. The variant covers are only available until they are out of print. So I'll do a print run to fulfill this Kickstarter, and sometimes I'll print some extra depending on where I'm going, like Cowtown, stuff like that. And then when they're gone, they're gone. So I think I have maybe a handful of variants for 3. I have variants for 4 because that just printed this year, but I don't have any variants left for 1 or 2, and we're not reprinting them. So,
wow.
But this is the one that will always be in print. This one.
I pay attention. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard this. I think you said something about you're doing wood covers this time.
Yes, I am doing a wooden cover of this image. All right. So, I was like, we've done metal covers in the past, and they're cool, but a lot of people do metal covers. So I had here it is over here on the right. So
cool.
I've had Gilbert sent me the file for the black and white and also the color. And so the black and white will be produced as a wooden cover for this issue.
Okay, I got it. Did you send this out or did you do this yourself? Because I know you can do a lot of stuff yourself.
No, I'm going to send these out. Someone's going to do them for me. I don't have a laser engraver. I have a Cricut and I have some other equipment to do like bookbinding, but a laser engraver is buku bucks. So I'm going to.
I was wondering. Does Laurie have a laser etcher as well? And am I going to have to come to her house and steal her equipment? So.
I wish. I wonder. There's a laser engraver over at Frisco Public Library. I wonder if I could do it.
So cool. So this is cover number 1. This is your main cover. But like you said, you always bring it with the great variants. You always have those wonderful toys, to quote.
I do. I'm skipping over this. Look. You know what? I don't know about you, but I like this new feature on Kickstarter. They did this last time. So they have these headers on the left side. So all you got to do is click and it takes you right to that section. So if you want to see the current issue interiors, if you want to see the variant covers, you just click on the left and it takes you right to it. I think that's cool. So
very cool. Now, I love this cover. I'm telling everybody right now, I'm calling one of these. I'm going to be purchasing this cover. So.
This one.
Yeah, I think this is fantastic. I also have to say that my daughter heard me and she just brought me a little sippy cup of wine. So I'm going to be sipping on this. So
it's about to get wild and crazy on the show. A sippy cup too. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's just like a little dippy cup. She couldn't find a glass. So, I've got a little
job done.
A Jello cup of wine. Hey, you know what? It all works. So
I'm not complaining. I want one too. It's really funny that typically when I have variant artists involved, they're all involved at different times. And a lot of times I will send them the issue to read and they get to pick kind of what's exciting to them. And I just thought it was really funny that I have this sun and moon, like the setting sun with Big James and then the moon. So I was like, maybe I should package them like sun and moon. It's like Pokemon, purple and scarlet, whatever. It's like
I'll tell you, you might get me to buy a sun and moon, or if you offer just prints of the covers, I would probably buy the other cover.
That's interesting too.
Because that sun cover that you were just looking at, I love this Big James in the background. I absolutely adore it. It is adore it. Who am I? I'm drinking wine now. I'm all high class saying words like adore.
Make sure you put your pinky up when you say
yes. Yes, darling. I adore your cover. So yes, it's noon somewhere, but it's not noon here, folks, because I'm drinking.
That's right. It's also 5 o'clock somewhere else. So
yes, exactly.
This one is William Russell. So he and I collaborate on a couple projects. He will do covers for me, and I write his creator-owned comic series called Psycho Sal. So I did issues 4, 5, and 6 for him, and so this is the cover I get for finishing 6. And now I'm starting issue number 7 for him, so I'll get more William Russell covers, which no one is complaining about because they end up they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Yeah. He always does a great job. This is Victor Medina. What is not to love about it?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is such a cool cover. I'm not sure what it's reminding me of. It's like evoking
reminds me of Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Okay. But
that Big James Claire on the horse. The Jude St. Clair on the horse for sure. Indiana Jones, because his disc reminds me of like the satchel that Indy wears, and he has like the hat. But of course, then there's Big James. So
I know what Big James reminds me. Do you remember the movie The Howling?
Yes.
That's what it reminds me right there.
Yes.
So very cool. Very cool. And then
la 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 la.
How can you not like it? It's awesome. Very cool.
She's something else. Now, this is a character we met in issue number 4. She looked different, and there's a reason why, and that's all I'm going to say about it. When you see her again in issue number 5, it's It's a bad day. We'll just put it that way. I love this because when I titled it, if you zoom in where it says Pale Rider, it looks like maggots.
Oh, cool.
So
See, comic creators, that's the way to do it. Don't name your stories. Don't go out there and give away all the details. Just
no,
tease
that's the
everybody.
best
So,
part of my story is like you got to read it for yourself, man. There's just so many things that when they hit hard. And me telling you about it and you seeing it and all the gory glory is two different things. So you got to see what this character is doing at this point. You
very
got
cool.
to.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
This is not the Marco DeFeo cover. This is just a placeholder. This is the cover that he did for the trade paperback.
Right.
I should be getting his cover any day now, but we are before lunch, and so this is just a placeholder at this point.
Cool. Very cool. So rewards. So I love this here, that first shirt there.
The shirt. Okay. So I always have a shirt. I usually have two shirts available, but what I'm doing this time is I only have that's a secret reward. I have a t-shirt tier. Where is it? Oh my god. I don't have it listed. I have to fix it. So there is a t-shirt tier that I messed up and didn't put there. So thank God we checked. But at this point it just is going to be a t-shirt, and it's going to, when you do your survey, you can pick the current one or you can pick from any of the t-shirts that we've done before.
Wow.
So we have quite a few like really kick-ass shirts, and I'm going to open them all up for everybody. So you can add on a t-shirt of any of the t-shirts that we've done before. The only one I don't have on here is the hoodie, but if you really want it, you just let me know and I'll make a thing for it.
I'm one of those people that still likes t-shirts, so I appreciate this. So,
but I love the hoodie, man. It is a nice hoodie. My t-shirt lady is amazing. So yeah, so these are all going to be available with that t-shirt tier. You just choose a t-shirt tier. When you get your survey, you tell me which t-shirt you want and what size you need, and I will get it for you.
All right. Everybody in the comments, let me know. It's about to come up. The Sugar Skull t-shirt right there. Right? We'll wait for it to come up.
Scullerina, this one.
Yes. My wife loves those. Do you think if I got my wife that for our anniversary that I would be okay or I'd be in trouble? So let me know in the comments below. So.
I think she would love it. If she loves, candy skull hearts, if she is Latina, yeah, she would love it.
She's not Latina, but she married into a Latina family. So.
Okay, well then by default, she's Latina.
Yes.
So. But yeah, so those are all going to be available. I'm so glad that we looked through here and I was like, I didn't build my t-shirt tier. What the hey?
I really appreciate though you going back to the Oregon Trail there. So
isn't that funny?
Yeah.
At some point, I would love it if someone could make me an 8-bit Path of the Pale Rider game where you are trying to go west and you meet all this crazy stuff in the kind of light of Oregon Trail, and you can die from a swarm of undead insects or get mauled by Big James. You can die of dysentery. You can die from the banditos. Like it's 1,000 ways to die in the West.
Just like the old Oregon Trail.
Yeah, exactly. Except now with zombies and bears. Like there's no way to win. You just
as Nim gets ideas and reflects back on his past life as a computer programmer.
Well, it's funny because in this game you can die of dysentery and then you can continue the game just as an undead character.
This is true.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
So we have a jigsaw puzzle. This is my first time doing this one. I'm really looking forward to this. So I have a 120-piece puzzle with Lola herself. Everett Watkins, who did this cover, did an amazing job, and he sent me 2 different color options, and I was like, I want them both. And he was like, sure. So I got both, and I was like, I need to do something cool with this other one. Everybody voted on the blue one for the book cover, but then I was like, this one, I need something. So I was like, I love jigsaw puzzles. Hopefully other people do too. So I think I'm making 12 puzzles.
Okay.
So
very cool.
Here's the hot sauce combo pack. And again, you can get a single or triple bottle pack. I make these hot sauces myself. So these are not store-bought sauces that I'm throwing my label on. These are sauces I make in my kitchen. and bottle them myself. So
Wow. Very
Yeah.
cool.
we have Funko Pops. We're doing the new one this time is Francis St. Clair. So if you've read through issue 4, you know the fate of Francis St. Clair. The Funko Pop will be accurate. We'll just say that much. There's only one of these. So on my campaigns, I do 2 Funko Pops. One is the Singularity. It's the new design, and there's only one of them. And people fight over this one every time. It's, Nem, we could have some drama because the same person has gotten the Singularity 4 times in a row. And I told her when we were launching, and she was like, I'm going to be at a comedy club. I'm not going to be able to have my phone out. And I was like, oh, what if someone gets it? She was like, no. So we could have an upset this time.
Wow. And then it'll be on eBay. So
it better not. Oh my gosh. The Funko Pop, the Singularity from last campaign was Callie St. Clair. So now this is available for 5, and it's max of 5. So if only 3 people order this, only 3 are made. These are super limited. The max that we're going to make is 5.
Very cool.
So,
Very cool. And I saw you had your ad here down there as well. So.
Yeah. So I am very blessed to have a comic book store that likes to invest and have their ads inside of my books. So he prefers a full page ad. So we make that available every campaign. I usually make 2 available right now. He's the only one that gets it, but I always make another one available just in case. So he always gets however many issues he wants. He's usually 5 of each. And then he gets a full page ad, and then I throw in like a t-shirt, and I at that point when you're backing that much, it's just like you name it, I'll put it in there.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
And he since he is a comic book store owner, he gets a poster to hang up to in his stores, and I give him what are called pitch postcards. So on one side is art. And on the back side is elevator pitch, so the shortest version, and then a QR code where people can read issue 1 for free. So,
what a cool idea! Very cool.
That way his employees don't have to learn my pitch. They can just be like, "What the heck is Path of the Pale Rider?" and be like, "Here you go," or they can put it in their poll for the week. Whoever's getting like, "Hey, Path of the Pale Rider 5 is coming out. If you haven't seen it, check it out." It just makes it easier for everybody. So.
Yep.
So yep, I have that. I do have a retail tier with just books and no ads. It's for $100, and I give you just an assortment of books. But if you want to adjust the amount of books, or you're looking to pay a different amount, maybe you don't want to invest this much, or maybe you want to invest more, all you have to do is contact me. A lot of times I'll put a tier on a campaign that'll be like just for Brute Squad, just for Mel. You know what I mean? And then I'll be like, your pledge is open. It's a 1 of 1. They back it with the exact things that they want, and then it's closed. So I will customize tiers for people.
Okay. Very cool.
Cover secret reward. Now, okay. So I started this with issue number 2, and I get these, me, I get these crazy ideas, and I'm really crafty. So these are all handcrafted things that only I make. You know what I mean? I'm not buying them from the store and passing them. Like the t-shirts. I pay someone to make the t-shirts, and you get the t-shirts, right? These are like the first one I did. I handcrafted a wooden box. I bought the wood. I cut the wood. I put the box together. I hinged it. I wrote a poem. I burned it into the wood. And then there's a bottle. There's a glass bottle inside that has ashes and bones. And the people didn't know what they were getting, but they got to name. I was like, pick a name for your bones. And so they named, and I put it on, like it's burnt into the box. And like the whole idea behind that was, when death is broken, where do you go after you're a pile of bones, right? If you could put a seashell to your ear and you hear the ocean, what happens if you put a bottle of bones to your ear? Do you hear the voices of the damned?
Yeah.
Right?
That would be crazy.
Where do they go?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Like the second one, that's this picture below. He was the only one that got it because that one was a little more pricey, but I made a working disc. So in my book, they wear these chess pieces, If they're green and they will light up with the heartbeat and they emit the heartbeat sound. And then if you're undead and you tap it, it turns red and it will alarm. And that kind of lets the authorities know, like, you're undead. And then a lot of times they come pick you up and they disappear you. So he got a working disc and he had to choose if he wanted a green one or a red one, and he opted for red. So I 3D printed it, like engineered the whole thing. It's a strap. And this was actually my actor in my 4th short film. So he got to wear it for the short film, which worked perfect.
That's awesome.
Then issue number 4, I 3D printed these Big James miniatures on my 3D printer and hand painted them myself. So
Awesome.
I'm excited. I got a new idea.
Are you still doing playing cards as well?
I do. Those are, I have to mention this before we go a little further.
Okay.
This is the art. This is the original art. Like when Gilbert did the cover, he drew it traditionally on Bristleboard. It's 11 by 17. And this is available as an add-on in this campaign.
Wow.
So if someone wants to invest, this is kind of historic because we're changing, you know what I mean? Like Marco is stepping down, Gilbert is taking over, and Gilbert plans to stay for as long as he can. So you might, this might be the guy that's here through issue 36. And this is the first time he's done original Path of the Pale Rider work. So this is a steal to grab this. So once it's kind of a lifetime thing. Anyway, so the playing cards are in the stretch goals.
Okay.
So every 50 backers, we unlock a new poker card, and we're working our way towards a full deck. So we've unlocked 5 so far. Ace of Hearts, King of Hearts, 10 of Hearts, 9 of Hearts, and the Joker, which is Dwayne Fink. So every 50 backers, I usually unlock this one before we even fund, we fund at 4,550. We usually have 50 backers before that. So this one will unlock really fast. You know what I mean? So I'll flip this one over, and then, as we continue to get more backers, I'll continue to flip cards. So
I love
number
playing
4,
cards.
we had. What's that?
I love playing cards, and I got mine with the trade paperback, and it was so cool. I also play cards, and the back is awesome. So yeah, go check those out for sure, everybody.
Yeah. So. Issue number 4, we had 140 backers. So we were so close to getting 3 cards that time. So that's my goal in this campaign, is to break 150 so that way we can get 3 poker cards. Because it's, the more we unlock, the sooner we get to the full deck. And I have plans for that full deck. We will have boxes, and there's an inverse deck. So this one is a white playing, background with the black and then the red swooshes. I have a black background with white drawing and red swooshes. Cool. And it's super cool. So once we build a full deck, I will release the second deck as well. And I have very cool ideas for that. Excuse me. Other than that, I got some dollar amount stretch goals. So at 5,000, we have the indie PDF bundles. This is the first one. As we unlock more stretch goals, I'll reveal more. I usually end up giving around between 15 and 20 extra PDFs to people, so you can read all the other cool stuff that's out there, and I switch them out usually every campaign. Awesome. 5,500, we have a 4x6 print of this beautiful Scully octopus. Can you imagine Path of the Pale Rider in the water?
That looks like Cthulhu, or however you pronounce that.
Kind of Cthulhu, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. But it's like, we're right now, the world that I'm showing you is the American West. But if it's all over, what happens when you go in the ocean? Terrifying. That place is scary.
Great white sharks.
Can you imagine? Just like people getting lost at sea, sinking down. Yeah. You can get eaten and live in the belly of a whale. Everybody turns to poop someday. I mean, like, it's just right. I have these gorgeous keychains that I've made that it has POTPR on the back, but they're holographic vinyl. So I got a bunch of those. 6,500, we unleash the slice and dice. This campaign goes to right after the 4th of July. So if we unlock this, I'm very happy to shove 300 sparklers into something and then smash it to smithereens. So I'm looking forward to having some fun.
Nice.
So far, we've done 3, a watermelon, a pumpkin, and a pineapple, and none of them survived.
You just like smashing things, admit it.
I do. It's cathartic. You should try it. Although my husband gets mad when it's like pieces of pineapple in our pool, and he was like, ugh.
I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I will say that I was into model rocketry as a kid, and eventually my rockets stopped going up and started going at things with explosives that I made in them. So
I know people are like, can't you just put an M80 in that sucker and blow it up? And I was like,
yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. The HOA will come for me.
Yes.
So 7,000. I have a sticker pack. This is just a placeholder. I have lots of ideas for sticker packs. They're going to be super cool. Not that these aren't, but I have ideas. And then if we get all the way to 8,000, which that would be amazing, I will go get this tattooed on myself somewhere.
Nice. Do you already have a tattoo?
I do have a tattoo, but it's
Okay.
in a place where it's just not, it's on my spinal cord. And like people don't normally see it because I wear shirts.
Right.
It's a personal tattoo. It's an Indonesian dragon. It represents, my art, and it watches my back because it wraps itself around my spine. This one I'll put in some place where people can actually see it, and I'll record it so people can watch my pain and laugh at it.
I just was wondering if this was just getting another tattoo, or if this was, I will get a tattoo when I never wanted one.
For the first time?
Right.
Yeah. No, I haven't gotten a tattoo since I was 18. No, I was 25. I was 25 when I got my dragon. But I haven't really had a desire to get a tattoo because to me it's like it's permanent and it needs to be something that it says something about me. And so this, I think, is super simple. I can put it someplace where it can be visible, and it's a conversation like, what does this mean? It's from my comic book that I created. So
Sweet.
It's just near and dear. It has meaning. You guys don't know the meaning yet, but it's important.
Very cool.
Right. Yeah. So I have all the short films and the riddles here on the campaign. So if the first time that you saw me and you backed us was the trade paperback, you didn't get a copy of all those riddles because they're not in the trade, but I have them on the website and I have them always on the campaign. And this is just a lot of fun. Like this one's a QR code scavenger hunt. If you find the right one, it leads you to that hidden video on my YouTube. This one, if you solve it, it's a phone number and it works. You can call it.
Wow.
Somebody picks up the phone. Well, it's a recording. Okay. So I don't have like a leprechaun sitting in a phone booth waiting for you to call it, but it's a real Path of the Pale Rider phone call when you call it. You know what I mean? So you can interact with the world like it's real.
But it's a phone number you control, we're not in an 8675309 situation.
Correct.
Right?
No,
okay.
I purchased this phone number. It is a message that I had an actor record it. It's not my voice. But it's like if you were in Path of the Pale Rider and you called this number, there's a recording and you can interact with it like it's real, like Path is real. Same thing with this. Like if you find this video, it will remind you of coming across a anonymous video on YouTube. Like if you just stumbled across like anonymous with their mask and they're giving you information or something that they hacked, that's what this is reminiscent of. You see what I mean? So it's like it's meta. This one, if you solve this one, something shows up in your mailbox from me.
Sweet.
Maybe not from me, from a character. And this one, I thought this one would be the easiest one. Not too many people can solve this. Good luck.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then, of course, here's all of our growing list of short films. So like this first one is a commercial for Pine Fox Undead Retirement Community. And then here's Ellie Brock alive as a newscaster. There's my husband again, poor Dominic. He's in every video. Just asking people, what do you think broke death?
Yeah. This is
crazy stuff.
See, you got to go check it out, folks. I'm going to throw the banner up again. Make sure you go to palerider.com. It'll take you right to this campaign. You can see all of the stuff she's doing. She's just an incredibly talented woman and just keeps bringing you more and more. And this is just going to keep growing. When I'm doing the show for her for issue 36, we're going to have to book a whole day to go.
We're going to have 36 videos, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have 35. I usually work on the video as we're fulfilling because I'm too busy campaigning and marketing. So when it's like I tag in my artists, right? Because this is my busy time. It's the marketing, it's the campaigning, it's the, fundraising part. And then
Yep.
when we're done, I, take my hat off and I tag in the artist team and then they get to work. So
Very
while
cool.
they're doing that and I'm just approving art, then I'm out there shooting film and having a good old time. I think this next one will
awesome.
be another commercial.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
See,
It'll be interesting.
and you always give me cool things to think about, like what would I do? But I'm not sure that I'm going to be inventing any giant mechs anytime soon. So I'm not sure what I could do with my stuff.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, make some mech, dude. You can make it out of cardboard.
Sure.
I've seen it. You can watch some YouTube
Cool.
videos. People do all sorts of crazy stuff cosplay. Here is Gilbert Perez himself. He is the new member of the team. Feel free to read about his history. This is Matt Chambers. He is our colorist. He has been with us since issue number 3. And he also did color issue number 1, which was originally released in black and white. So,
cool.
And then of course, this is the lovely Rachel Bullock, who is our editor, and she's been with us since the beginning. So,
wow.
Yeah.
She
didn't let me put her picture up until issue number 4, though. She's like, I don't want to be on the page. I'm like, come on.
And fund allocation. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, just a breakdown of what we're using the funds for in case you had any questions. It's mostly art production. There's print charges, there's merch, and then of course there's shipping and then fees. We're pretty straightforward. If we have anything left over, it goes into making more comics. The bigger we grow, we get a bigger, window. And that money just goes towards like keeping Gilbert working on whatever's coming next. So
absolutely.
And then variant covers, stuff like that. This is super cool. So I only ship domestically for the individual issues, but if people are interested in the trade paperback and they're just finding me now, you can order it from the ASAP Imagination. Their Any One World site has my trade paperback all the time. And so it doesn't matter if you're in Denmark, on Australia, if you are in Florida and you just want to order this and not anything else on my campaign, you can just click this little hyperlink, the Laurie Calcaterra collection, and it takes you right to their website and you can just order that. So
sweet. Very cool. Yeah, because international shipping, or when you're getting stuff shipped here from international, it's horrible. So
yeah. And just a reminder, we don't use any AI, not in anything, not in our covers, not in our interiors, not in our writing, not in many of my short films, commercials, nothing. No AI. So
great.
And as I have a bunch of friends that are going to be launching campaigns right around the same time, I need to get your stuff on here too.
Awesome.
So I usually have a section where I recommend people check out other stuff. So I can post links. That's pretty much it. Like, the secret rewards are fun. I got to go build the t-shirt thing because I messed that up. Good time. Ketchup tier is the individual issues. Mustard tier is the trade plus issue 5. And I've had people do this where I'm like, hey, can I, I'm really interested in getting the banner art as a 4x6, print. Sure, I can do that. I can throw all those things on there. Add-ons. I don't think I talked about the t-shirts, but I have the Choose Your Own Adventure book is always available as an add-on. That's a 60-page manga-sized book with some illustration. And you put on the hat and boots and you're in the apocalyptic West and you're running bounties. You get to see how long you survive. It's not long. I think you can die on page 4.
Choose Your Own Adventures were always great growing up.
Aren't they?
Those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved them too. So I'm actually currently writing the next one, which is in the beginning of the apocalypse. So this one is volume 1, which is called Head West. Or West of Here. I think it's West of Here. And then the second one is called Don't Panic. So
very cool.
And of course, you can get all the individual floppies as an add-on. I have buttons, I have stickers, I have temporary tattoos. If you missed out on any of the poker cards, you can add those on for $1, free shipping. Cool. I have these really cool button packs. I got a bunch of these. So if you want to add on some buttons to your hat or, onto your backpack, these are super cool. And there's 6 buttons. 5 of them are POTPR. And then the other one is a zombie hand from Danger Button. So
I got to look closer, but is that a Care Bear?
Yeah. So it's a Care Bear Big James. A friend of mine, Lacey Kruger, she did a cover for me for issue 4. She does these chicken nuggets and Care Bear horror versions of them. And they're super funny. And I was like, I need a Big James Care Bear. So she did this one for me, and it's hilarious. So this was the sticker from last campaign for returning backers. Because again, it's like if you've backed issues 1 through 4, what's the incentive to come back for the trade? Well, it's like, well, I put bonus material, and then of course I'm showering you with gifts. We had some really cool stuff like plushies and hoodies and the Las Vegas glass from issue number 1. I found real versions of those, so those sold real well. And then of course I was hand binding books, which was a ton of fun, and I will do more of them. So yeah, so that's what that was. And I think I got 100 of them. I ordered 100, and then I got 120 because the printer accidentally printed them in purple. So I got 20 purple Big Jameses, and everybody wanted them, man.
Everybody always wants the variants and the mistakes. You know,
they do.
So they're collectible.
So I sent out 20 of those, and I think there was 70. So I think I have about 40 left. You know what I mean? So I was like, if you want to add on one of these, they're super cool. Grab them. You might as well. And then, of course, I have the temporary tattoos, which lasted like 2 weeks, man. I was like, I'm going to scrub this thing off. It won't come off. But they're a lot of fun. So
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right.
I think that's
it. That's it?
Unless you want to watch the bloopers, I mean.
I think we're out of time.
All right. We'll watch the bloopers later. Okay. If you guys want to watch the bloopers, they're really silly. It's a lot of chicken nugget related humor, and my kids got to throw things at me, and we couldn't not laugh, so it didn't make it into into this one. So we had fun.
So remember, everyone, I'm going to put this up again. Make sure that you go to palewriter.com. Laurie has done something amazing, which is create this link, which always takes you to the next campaign. Which is absolutely incredible. It's one of those things that seems absolutely obvious until you didn't think of it. So, go check this out. Issues 1 through 4 were great. All of the merch is fantastic. The trade paperback was worth every penny. And now you're getting the beginning of Act 2 here with Path of the Pale Rider with issue number 5. So make sure you go pick it up. We want to get this thing funded right away, and we want to get to 150 backers so that we could get our poker game on.
Poker cards this time.
Yeah.
And the first one I reveal is always a face card. So you're never going to get like the 2, 3, and 4 of hearts. You know what I mean? Like, that's lame, in my opinion. So the first one will be a face card or a joker or an ace, right? And then I'll fill in the numbers as we go. So unless we've unlocked all the face cards, and then we only need like 2s and 3s.
Once I get an ace and an 8, maybe I'll go cosplay at a con as someone in the world with my little hat on with an aces and 8s, the dead man's hand.
It's a dead man's hand, man.
Yeah, up there in my hat. So I'll be an undead there. So
cool.
Which is awesome. Not much different than what I am normally, but
dude, as of today, I think you and I could both be like, we classify ourselves as undead. Well, I mean, like my shirt where it's like dead inside, still human. Wait, dead outside, still human inside. And someone's like, do you have one that says dead inside? Still human. And I was like, no, but when I feel that in my soul.
Hey, but you know what? We're keeping on. So yes, everybody. Go out there, go to Path of the Pale Rider. By the time this airs, this will be live. Make sure you back this project and get ready for Path of the Pale Rider 5. And then right around the corner will be Path of the Pale Rider 6. And we'll keep trucking. So
number 7 is my favorite out of the first arc, out of the 12. Out of 12, 7 is my favorite. So the closer we get to 7, I get more and more excited. So 5 is super wild. 6, there's a big reveal. And then 7 is just, I can't, no, I'm not gonna. And then 8.
Awesome.
So we're getting there, and I'm super excited. This is the first stepping off point into that middle section where it just gets wild. It's just wild.
So make sure you go check it out. Also, I will plug these real quick before I let Laurie plug anything else she wants to plug. But make sure you go to Tuesday Morning Brew that Laurie does every Tuesday mornings. Yes. make sure go check out. She does the Anyone World as well on Wednesday. For my stuff, I'm going to show you a little trailer as we're going out. They got a new trailer for my current campaign, but which is Blood World. Make sure you go to Phoenix-Throne 1 on Finn My Comic, and you will find our campaign for that right now. But also go check out Cinema Crusaders. Go check out my other Noon with Nim shows, because I will tell you, I was having a day today, and unfortunately, Dune Part 2 got it from me today. So, yeah. Go check out what I thought was the good, the bad, and the ugly about Dune Part 2. So, but before we get out of here, I want to thank Laurie so much. You are a wonderful guest, as always. I love talking to you. I love hearing about all the ideas you come up with, and all of the stuff you bring to the people who back your books. It's fantastic. Where can people find you on social media and everything? So,
I'm on all the socials, people. I'm on Facebook, Laurie Calcaterra. We have a Facebook group that's private for Path of the Pale Rider. You just got to answer one question to get in, which is, do you like comic books? Come there if you are on Facebook, because that's where all the shenanigans happen. The polls, the art updates, the silly play along things. That's where people post all the stuff and interact. That's the group. I'm on Instagram at Laurie Calcaterra. I'm on TikTok at Path of the Pale Rider with an underscore between all the stupid words, and I have regrets of making it super long. I'm on X at Path Pale Rider. I'm on Threads at Laurie Calcaterra. I have a YouTube channel at Laurie Calcaterra 360. All my stuff gets dumped there. All the Path of the Pale Rider stuff is there. The Tuesday Morning Brew, the Anyone World. I do some cooking. That's on there. There's a ton of stuff on my YouTube, so you can go walk around and see the inside minds of Laurie Calcaterra, and I apologize. So, but yeah, follow me on socials, whatever social you're on. I'm pretty much there. We have a good time. I have a website. What's the website? www.pathofthepalerider.com. Whenever the campaigns are not live, you can get stuff off the website. I have a shop. You can do digital downloads. You can get merch there. Everything is there. So
very cool. Go check that out, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe, not only to this channel, but I'm building up my own YouTube channel, so I'll put the links in this down below as well. And go back this campaign. Go check out Phoenix-Throne if you once you're done backing this one as well, and enjoy everything. So we are going to get out of here. I'm going to throw up a trailer, and I will meet you next time when it's noon somewhere for Noon with Them. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Keeper of the royal armament, sword of restoration, prophetess of technology, and defender of the faith. I am Isabet Arnev of the House of Beatitude, and none shall dislodge me from the Phoenix throne.